world-famous San Diego Zoo attracts thousands of people every day. Among the many visitors on June 28, 1996, was a young man with an illness known as paranoid schizophrenia, an illness that severely distorts reality. The young man's name was Matthew.
Matthew was a model college student up until about the age of 21. He has a computer science engineering degree, and he was a very well-liked individual up until that point. At about the time he turned 21, I guess, he started having some chemical imbalances in his body, and that led him to the point where he couldn't really focus on reality so much. He had real difficulty perceiving what was real and making decisions and judgments based on fact.
Wandering alone through the zoo, Matthew ended up in Bear and Cat Canyon, in front of an enclosure that contained two Manchurian brown bears.
Matthew felt that the bears had been waving to him, basically. He felt they'd been friendly towards him and had been motioning for him to enter their enclosure. So he felt he should be friendly and go see what they'd been motioning to him about.
Matthew climbed into the enclosure and slid down a back wall into the bear's pool. Within moments, he found himself face to face with one of the bears.
Well, Matthew climbed at least 2 fences and then dropped down into the moated area. The bears were curious, and bears are curious by nature. As a result, they came over and sniffed him, and then something caused them to attack him.
Basically, the bear grabbed Matthew around the upper thigh, sunk his teeth in, and the teeth met, and it shook him.
Whether the bear was trying to kill him or not, that's hard to say, because this is a bear, again, it was raised around people, but it doesn't know people are edible.
He felt kind of betrayed. He felt that the bear had been friendly, and they had turned on him. Basically, he felt it was time to leave.
Leaving wasn't so easy. Matthew had been seriously wounded, and even though he had managed to retreat back into the bear's pool, he still wasn't out of harm's way.
I was amazed that he was able to get out of there alive. Most people that have ended up in bear enclosures with captive bears have died as a result.
But San Diego zookeepers and security personnel acted quickly. Using high-pressure water hoses and blasts from fire extinguishers, they herded the bears back into their dens so Matthew could be rescued.
Matthew was extremely lucky. You have to remember that these bears are strong and powerful, and they could have easily dismembered him in a matter of seconds.
Matthew is still recovering from severe lacerations to his groin and nerve damage to one leg that will require neurosurgery.
Well, I hope this incident can bring attention to schizophrenia, which is a terrible disease which can bring down a family member in the prime of their life.